State it is first, the Busan Handicap, and we've got California Deeply coming back from Sha Tin. He does race well here at Happy Valley, as does Special M. Mark the moment, first time over the 1,000 metres at Happy Valley. He did place at Randwick prior to arriving at the distance. Lightning Storm is first up for the season. Harmony and Blessed has the blinkers going on again. Flying Dragon wears a visor. Harmony Fire draws a gate, and the runner all wins have been over the 1,200 metres. Lucky Fun wears a visor once again. Now the speed here, Tom, this is a really good field. Expected to be good with horses like Harmony and Blessed in the race.
Yeah, he'll certainly go forward from barrier 4 and they're putting the blinkers back on him. He was up on the pace last start, but looked a little flat sort of the last 100 or so. Lightning Storm is first up for a long time. This horse for Danny Shum and Lyle Hewitson. He's had one trial coming into this. I guess the question is, Paul, where does Season's Wit end up? Because he travelled strongly throughout, but didn't find a great deal last start.
Yeah, I just wonder if with this pace in the race, because Harmony and Blessed really likes to tank along, there is an opportunity for him to sort of slot in behind Lightning Storm. That's the query, because I think they're going to run it at a good pace this race. So I think that the field might open up a little bit more than we see there, and as such, he can get in.
Well, to find out a little bit more about Season's Wit right now, Nick spoke to his trainer earlier today. It is Jamie Richards.
Jamie, Season's Wit is returning to Happy Valley. He's still a very lightly raced horse.
Yeah, he's came up here with good enough form. He improved a lot when he was gelded before he arrived, and he's come up and acclimatised well. He's raced well, and we're looking forward to him starting there on Wednesday night, although he has drawn poorly, as you know, so he's going to need a bit of luck.
What did you make of his run last time at Sha Tin? Were you and the team sort of pleased with that, or what was the reaction out of that performance?
I thought it was okay. Zach said afterwards he's probably not quite strong enough yet to handle the straight. They obviously go a little bit quicker than they do going around the corner at Happy Valley, but he still ran with merit, although he's one of those horses that when he travels, you travel strong, and then when you let his head go, he doesn't find a whole lot just yet. So whether that's just a bit of an immaturity thing and he'll continue to improve as he gets a bit stronger, we hope so, but the consensus was that we head back to Happy Valley and get back around the corner.
You've given him a trial since then as well, seemingly came through that quite nicely. Yeah,
he trialled well. Probably a little bit more than we like to do with him at the trials, but Zach was just mindful that he wanted to make him find the line a little bit. So he trialled well, and we haven't done a whole heap with him since, just ticked him over, and he heads into the race in good shape.
You mentioned obviously gate 10, we are on the C+3, so it's never ideal to get those double digits. How does he overcome that, or do you leave that to your jockey?
We'll just leave it up to him, I think. There's no point worrying about what I can't control, so just have a look at the pace in the race in the next few days and make a bit of a plan going forward. But yeah, that's up to the man on top.
It is Jamie Richards on his runner Season's Wit, who's had the 2 starts. We're going to go, Tom, to the first of them. He's been to Sha Tin since then and had that trial that we saw in the interview with Jamie. He was beaten as not the favourite this night, went down narrowly behind Atomic Force and had that 4th at Sha Tin, the trial win. Yeah,
Atomic Force has come out and performed again really well, so we'll see what happens with this sort of form. But I thought he just looked a little bit soft late last time out, Paul, and he wasn't beaten overly far there behind Flying High. I thought he pretty much had every chance. The trial, I thought, looked relatively strong.
Yeah, interesting what they're saying is that they're going back to Happy Valley because he's only a 3-year-old and he's not strong enough for this race down the straight yet. So coming back to Happy Valley looks a good thing for me.
A few more in that replay there, Paul. They tried Gorgeous Vitality at 1,200 last time and he didn't run the trip at all.
No, he didn't. So the way he races, you'd think you'll get 1,200 easy, but coming back to 1,000 looks good for him. And also California Deeply, I think the 1,000. He just needs pace on California Deeply.
He's another one that's trialled well, actually. Gorgeous Vitality looked under a good hold.
Here is California Deeply at Sha Tin last time. Tom, you're a fan of the horse.
Yeah, I think he'll be close again, but he does get a long way out of his ground. He wasn't going to be We Are Hero this day, but he was right in the market and closed strongly late. We know he's got a really powerful turn of the foot and hopefully just might be able to be that bit closer so he's within striking distance.
Yeah, just the barrier 8 just makes it a little bit awkward, doesn't it? But look, you know he'll be running on really strongly at the end, so just look for him late.
Here's a trial from him too, Paul. Now, this is back on the 24th of March, but the focus here is Lightning Storm, who's first up for the season. Danny Shum's given him 1 trial. It was this one. He had 4 starts last prep for 2 wins, a 2nd and a 4th.
Yeah, look, and then he had those issues, didn't he? And we haven't seen him for over a year. Look, I'd be a bit worried. I'm a bit worried with him just coming in for the 1 trial. into this race, having issues and not raced for a year, so I've left him out.
Be a great trading performance from Daddy Shimmy if he was able to get him to run top 3 first up for 427 days, up 62 pounds. I'm going to keep him safe here because he did, of course, win his first race here in Hong Kong. He will need a bit of luck from barrier number 9, however.
Our focus, Tom, is on the other horse out of that trial who has raced since that morning. It's California Deeply, and you've already made a bit of a case for him.
Yeah, I think he'll be right in the firing line here. He just has to carry the big weight here, 135 pounds. He's run well with the 134, so I don't see why he can't run well with even 1 extra pound here.
Yeah, definitely goes in. It's just his running style. He needs a little bit of luck and a bit of pace on. But look, we know he's a talented horse.
Doesn't end there, Paul. Mark the Moment is a horse that has had the 6 starts in Hong Kong. He's placed 4 times, tried the 1,000 at Sha Tin, switches to the smaller circuit for the 1,000 this week.
Yeah, and he's drawn nicely in barrier 5. He's got a little bit of pace, this horse, so he can put himself into a nice position, I think. Mark the Moment. He's run second of this rating in the past as well, so I'm going to include him here over the 1,000.
Yeah, I just missed out on a spot here. He's drawn barrier 5. He's been consistent. He had a nice run in the trail here, beaten by a good enough type, an excellent fighter last time out. Tried hard. He's certainly in there for sure from that sort of draw, but I left him out this time round.
The runner, Tom, he's probably not going to be in the market and would like 1,200 metres, but Wednesday night is Happy Valley is where he does excel.
Yeah, and look, he had every chance, I thought, in this race here behind Exponential a couple of weeks ago. 1,000 metres worried me, Paul. Jack Wong off a rating of 64.
Yeah, left him out for those reasons that you've sort of said. Back to 1,200, even down a grade, I'd be more interested in him.
OK, so we'll watch on the runner this week. That is a look at some horses that are running in race number 8. Who's the winner amongst them, Paul?
Well, I like Seasons Wit as a horse. I think with those runs and that really good trial, he just needs to get some luck from the draw. If he can slot in, and I think the field will open up, then he's on top. Special M is very consistent. He's got a really nice draw in 3, so he's going to get a perfect run just in behind. California Deeply from the back, and Mark the Moment won't be far away either. So 7, 2, 1, 3.
Yeah, I'll stick with California Deeply. I was keen on him last time out at Sha Tin and chased home We Are Hero, beaten 1 3/4. So he's on top ahead of Seasons Wit. Of course, he was beaten first up by Atomic Force. He didn't actually run so well at his next start. It was Atomic Energy I was thinking of, and he's run 4th last time out behind Flying High. I thought looked to have every chance down the straight. We'll see if coming back to a bend suits him. Lightning Storm first up for a long time. He's had surgery to a right knee. Didn't mind his trial, but he'll have to be at his best to go close in this, I think, Lightning Storm, but didn't mind the trial. And Harmony Fire, drawn barrier number 1. He was caught wide up on the pace and weakened last start. Been a wee while since he's won. 68 his last win back in June of 2021. 1, 7, 5 and